everyone, I hope you're all doing well and safe. In this video, we will talk about Quizlet. But before we start, this work is presented by Khadija Mslouhi, it's me, of course you recognize me by my voice, Miss Leila Erajan, Miss Khadija Taibi, and Mr. Hatim Saduq, and supervised by our trainers Mr. Ahmed Atlagh and Mr. Mohammed Al-Mansouri. So, what is Quizlet? Quizlet is a flashcards platform that can be used by teachers and students. You can either create a set with the terms you need to learn or you want your students to learn, or choose from existing set made by someone else. It's easy, effortless, and beneficial. Students can learn easily and practice whatever they want in a fun way, including games, activities, and so on. There's also a premium option for more features, and now let my colleague Leila Erajan to take care of it.
Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. First of all, I would like to thank Khadija Mslouhi for introducing the presentation as well as introducing us. My name is Leila Erajan and I'm in charge of introducing you to Quizlet's two upgraded versions as well as two features available on the app and website. So Quizlet provides its users with two options in addition to its free version. The first is Quizlet Go, which offers an ad-free environment for the learners as well as the ability to unlock premium themes. The second upgraded version is Quizlet Teacher, and as the name entails, Quizlet Teacher is directed towards teachers or educators. And because of that, this version allows the user to be more in control of the content presented. This version allows teachers to be able to view and track their students' progress. Some of the features, like Live, which will be presented later on, can be adapted by the teacher. Quizlet Teacher also makes it possible for the teachers to customize their sets, meaning that teachers have full control over what images, audios, as well as text formatting used in their sets. Now we'll move on to two of Quizlet's features. The first is Quizlet Flashcards. Quizlet Flashcards is a feature that allows its users to make their own flashcards, meaning that teachers can make a set of flashcards and share them with their students, or students can make their own as a way of a self-study mode. So Quizlet users can also use flashcards already made available by other users, meaning that you as a Quizlet user can make your sets and share them with others, meaning that you make them public. Quizlet's free version of the app allows the user to add pictures to their flashcards, but only from Quizlet's own library, meaning that if you want to add your own pictures, you must upgrade to teacher mode. The second feature is Quizlet Learn. Quizlet Learn uses proven techniques from cognitive science on the best ways to study and retain information in order to build a customized study plan. And as the student uses Quizlet Learn and studies with it, Quizlet Learn adjusts the questions to be easier or harder based on the student's learning patterns. Quizlet Learn also updates the user on their progress and sends the student study reminders in order to keep them motivated and on track. So now we'll move on to the way you can make your account on Quizlet, as well as a demo of how to use both Quizlet flashcards as well as Quizlet Learn. When we log into Quizlet's website, we are met with this page, which lets you either log in when you already have an account or sign up. So the first thing you need to do if you don't have an account is sign up. So here have my information because I've already signed up. But you are required to fill in your birthday, your username, your email, as well as a password, and then you sign up. So after you've signed up, I'm gonna log into my account. So after you've signed up, you can go ahead and log in, and after you've logged in, you can make your own sets or search other sets if you want to use other people's sets. So now that we've logged in, we can see the Quizlet home, and here you can already see that I've accessed some of my classmates' sets or my teammates' sets. Here we have one by Khadija Taibi, and here we have one by Hatim Sadouk, which will be used throughout this presentation. But first of all, I'm going to need to remake this set just so that you have a better idea on how to create a set on Quizlet. So first of all, you need to click on Create. So here you're given a forum that you need to fill. So first you need a title. Of course, you can add a description if you want. So now I'm gonna go ahead and make this set. So the first term we're gonna use is UNICEF. So here you can see that Quizlet offers a predictive text which you can choose from if you want, and it does the same thing for the definition. So it can predict the definition that you want to accompany your term with, but of course this definition can be accurate or not, but in this case it is accurate, so we're gonna pick one of the definitions, and now I'm gonna go ahead and fill in the rest. So now that we've created our set and we've added a collection of cards, we're just gonna go ahead and create our set or add images to our set. So we're just gonna use UNICEF as an example. You can just click on image, and here Quizlet provides you with a collection of pictures that you can use. You can also upload your own image, but this unfortunately is exclusive to Quizlet Teacher, which is one of the upgraded versions. So we're just going to use one of the pictures made available by Quizlet. And here we have it, the picture is added to the card. So we're just going to go ahead and create. So now that the set is created, you are given options on whether to share it with an audience. Of course, this by using an email. So you can share the link via email, or you can just copy the link and send it. You can also share the sets with your class via Google Classroom, or you can just add it to a class or folder in Quizlet itself. So we're just going to do that. And I've already created a class, so that's about it. So now we'll see how the flashcards work and how a student can study using them. So first of all, we're going to need to put the flashcards on full screen. And here you can see the terms, UNICEF, and if you click on it, you can see the definition or the acronym, what the acronym stands for. So we can go ahead and see the next terms. So here you might wonder, what if you wanted to see what the acronym stands for first and then the term. So here you can just click on switch front and back side, and now the term, you can see the definition first, and then when you click on it, you can see what it stands for. What's good about this feature is that you can actually hear what the acronym stands for,
United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees,
as well as the term.
ICRC.
So this is a good feature to have, especially for people or students who deal with visual impairment. So this can help them hear the terms instead of seeing them. Now we're going to move on to Quizlet Learn. Now that we've seen how flashcards work, we'll move on to Quizlet Learn. So for Quizlet Learn, you are given the definition or what the acronym stands for and a set of possible answers. So here you can click on one of the answers if you're sure, or even if you're not, you can just click on one of the answer, and if it's correct, Quizlet Learn will let you know that it's correct, and you can answer the following ones. So you can just go ahead and answer them, and if you got one wrong, you are told that it's the wrong answer and that you need to pay more attention to that specific question. So we can go ahead and answer the following ones. Again, when it's wrong, you are told that you have to pay attention to it. So I'm gonna go ahead. And here, when you're done, you are told that you're doing a good job and that you've finished the familiar stage of the activity. So after that, you can just go ahead and click continue, and then you're given another level, which is the mastered level. So with the mastered level, you have to type in your answers. So I'm gonna go ahead and type, let's say you get this one wrong. See, you are told that you had it was a close one, but you need to pay more attention to it again, and you are told that you have to answer it correctly. So again, I'm gonna go ahead and answer this one, and again, you are told that you have mastered 3 terms, but you need to master the last ones. So and there you go, you are told that you've learned everything, and that's it. So now we're gonna move on to learn about 2 more features of Quizlet with Khadija.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's go and discover together the right feature. Here you type the acronym UNI. Good.
United Nations Educational,
You have the
Scientific,
option
and
if you
Cultural
want to hear
Organization,
the
UNESCO.
pronunciation. You press to continue. For example, this one, I don't know it, you can click don't know, and here you got the answer. You have only to copy it. Good. Now you have another option. If you want to answer with the full definition instead of the acronym, you can. You go to option, you click answer with definition. Here we go. UNHCR. For example, you don't know the answer, you click again, don't know, and here you got the full answer. You have only to copy the answer. Now let's see the spelling feature. It's pretty good to improve your students' listening skills. Now here is the word.
ICRC.
Now I'm going to type what I am hearing. Click enter.
UNICEF.
When it's correct, you move automatically to the following acronym, and so on. Now let's make a mistake and see how Quizlet is going to correct my spelling mistake.
UNICEF. UNICEF. UNICEF.
Now I can't move to the following one till I master this one and write it correctly.
UNHCR.
We have also an option if you want to answer with the full definition instead of the acronym. You go to option, you change that, you answer with the full definition.
United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization.
You type the full definition. United Nations and cultural.
United. UNITED. Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. United Nations
So
Educational,
I have
Scientific
to write
and
it
Cultural
again till
Organization.
I master all of them. When I master all the full definitions or the acronyms, you will see the progress is 100%. Now it's 0% because I made mistakes. Now let's see the other feature, which is test. The test can be taken in different formats. If you want to go ahead and take it as it is appearing with Quizlet, you can do it matching questions as is here, true or false questions. If you would like to change the style of the quiz, you go to option, you select the type of questions you like. For example, you want multiple choice and written. You want all these type of questions. You click create new test. Now you can see here matching questions, true or false questions, and multiple choice questions. Now let's answer randomly, and at the end you can see and check the answers. We click check answers. The first one, there is mistakes. Second one and third are correct. The last one is not correct. So as you can see here, this is the grade of your test. It's only 40%. Why? Because I have some mistakes. I can redo this test again and again. When I write all the correct answers, you will find here 100%. Now, this particular assignment is done. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy Quizlet. Thank you.
Hello again, welcome back. After you discovered the previous features with my colleagues, it's time to have fun and try out Quizlet games. Let's start by match. Here it gives you some of your cards, and if you notice, time is running already. What I'm supposed to do is to match things up, the right term with its proper definition. Now let's see if you ever happen to make a mistake. It cannot be submitted. As you can see, here you have the score and time. You have the possibility to play again or to go back. So let's go back. Now let's move to gravity. Now gravity is a different game, but it's fun for students and even teachers. Let's get started. Now all I have to do is to type my answer once I see the cue. So let's see what happens if I don't know the answer. I'm just gonna let it fall. Here it gives me the correct answer for this one. It looks like I cannot get further unless I type the correct answer. So this time I'm going to type an incorrect answer. As you can see, it just goes by. And again, it gives me the correct answer. Here on the left, you can see your score and the progress you have made. Now let's go back. Here you see the last feature. It's called Quizlet Live, and it is a way to invite students into a competitive game where they are working with teams to answer questions.
Hi guys and welcome, this is Hatim here speaking and thank you for tuning in. To begin with, I would like to thank my amazing squad, namely Khadija Mslouhi, Leila Erajan and Khadija Tayyibi for the tremendous and excellent work in explaining the Quizlet app. In my part, I shall talk about some of the merits and limitations concerning this app, of course. Now, we could all agree that setting your students up for success means so much more than teaching daily lessons and hoping students do well on assessments. As a matter of fact, you need to teach the information and then provide effective ways for your students to review what you have taught. Some teachers, for example, like to create customized study guides and booklets for their classes. But unfortunately, that takes a lot of time and energy outside of school hours. And that's why so many teachers consider using Quizlet as an online study tool to save time when helping students prepare for tests. So before we jump right into adding a new tool to our classroom, it is very important to understand the pros and cons of Quizlet to help decide if it is right for us and our students as well. Overall, Quizlet can be a great tool for you and your students for the following reasons. First, you can easily differentiate reviews for your students. As we've seen with our dear colleagues, Quizlet has 7 study modes that help students review in the way that works best for them, namely flashcards, learn, write, spell, test, match, and gravity. With all of these options, you will be able to create a customized way for your students to review information without you having to do a lot of extra work. So when you create study sets for your students, you decide which modes to use based on your students' learning style and how they learn best. Additionally, some study modes like flashcards include text-to-speech audio prompts that help students to remember information and concepts. You can also include images and diagrams as needed to provide a better context for your students. Second, Quizlet helps you incorporate collaboration and teamwork skills. We can all agree that it's not always easy to teach collaboration and teamwork skills, but with Quizlet you can do it while helping students review. And that's when Quizlet Live comes in handy. Quizlet Live is an in-class game that teachers can use to help students review information while working together in teams. The game randomly sorts students into teams to match terms and definitions, and the first team to correctly answer all of the questions wins, of course. Quizlet Live is fully focused on accuracy over speed. For example, if a team answers any question wrong, they have to start over from the beginning. Third, Quizlet helps students prepare for tests, and this is the ultimate goal for Quizlet. With the engaging study tools and differentiation options available, your students have so many different ways to study information when using Quizlet. So instead of having to look through notes, fill out worksheets, and create paper flashcards, they can just log in and start studying immediately. On top of that, if your students have a mobile device, they can download the Quizlet app to review information anytime, anywhere. That means your students will have more flexibility to study what they want, when they want, and in the way they want, of course. Though Quizlet is designed to help students learn information, some limitations as the following could hinder the efficacy of your students' learning. First, it is free but limited. Quizlet is free to use, but it is supported by advertisements, so you can pay $1.99 per year to make the app ad-free with a Quizlet Go membership. Quizlet Go also gives iOS app users the ability to customize their flashcards with a visual theme. With a free Quizlet account, you don't get every feature, and some features are limited unfortunately. Quizlet Plus will reign you about $19.99 per year, and that may not fit into your classroom budget when there are more important things to purchase. Second, students can get distracted by ads on Quizlet. If you and your students use the free version of Quizlet, you'll see ads on every page of the website. Some ads are easy to ignore, but sometimes they can be very overbearing and annoying. Third, students could learn incorrect information on Quizlet, meaning that one typo in someone else's cards could lead your students to studying the wrong information, sometimes miss questions on a test, and get a low grade they didn't expect to receive. Because Quizlet allows any users to create and share a study set, there is no guarantee the information is accurate. Meaning that if a student logs in and chooses a set created by someone else, there is a possibility they could accidentally study incorrect information, unfortunately. And finally, students may use Quizlet to cheat. Dishonest students may take advantage of those study tools to cheat on their homework and assessments. In fact, it is so easy that it might not even feel like cheating. Students might just want to know more about the concepts on a certain topic and stumble upon direct answers to their homework. So, should you use Quizlet as teachers? Now, when it comes down to using Quizlet, it all depends on the balance of pros and cons you'll get from using it. If you want to provide a customized study tool for your students to memorize and review specific terms and concepts, Quizlet could be your perfect tool. But if you start to notice a suspicious pattern of exceptionally good grades and word-for-word answers, it may be the time to cut off Quizlet from your teaching strategy. While this decision is ultimately up to you, you can always ask other teachers for their opinions and thoughts. This video was brought to you by and thank you guys very much for your attention and stay safe.